Have you ever wondered why the world is filled with so many different languages? There's a story in the Bible that answers exactly that, and it all starts with one ambitious tower. After the great flood, the descendants of Noah were united. Everyone spoke the same language, shared the same words, and had one goal in mind. As they traveled east, they settled in a wide plain called Shinar, what we now know as ancient Mesopotamia near Babylon. And there they hatched a plan. Let's build a city for ourselves, with a tower that reaches the heavens. Let's make a name for ourselves so we won't be scattered all over the earth. Now, this wasn't just about architecture. It was about pride, ambition, and trying to control their own destiny. The tower, often imagined as a grand ziggurat, was meant to be a monument to human greatness. But here's the twist. God had already told them to spread out and fill the earth. Instead, they wanted to stick together and build something colossal to celebrate themselves. God saw what they were doing. He said, "Look, they are one people and have one language. Nothing they plan will be impossible for them." But instead of applauding, God saw that their unity, used this way, was dangerous. So he took action. God confused their language, making it impossible for them to communicate. Suddenly, no one could understand each other. Construction stopped. The tower was abandoned and people scattered across the world just as God had intended. The place became known as Babel, which sounds like the Hebrew word for confusion. And just like that, the quest to unify became the moment that divided humanity. But what does this story really mean? First, it's a powerful reminder about pride and limits. The people wanted to reach the heavens, to be like God, but God reminded them He alone is sovereign. Ambition without humility leads to chaos. Second, it's a lesson about unity. Unity is powerful, but if it's used in rebellion, it can be dangerous. Real harmony must line up with God's purpose, not just our own plans. Third, it's the Bible's way of explaining why the world speaks 1,000 different languages. According to Genesis, the confusion at Babel was the turning point, setting the stage for our diverse cultures today. And finally, there's a note of mercy. It might sound harsh, but by scattering humanity, God actually protected us from self-destruction. Even now, as technology and globalization make the world smaller, the story of Babel asks me, are we using our unity wisely? Are we honoring God's purpose, or just building towers for ourselves? And here's a beautiful twist. In the New Testament at Pentecost, God's Spirit reverses Babel's confusion. Suddenly, people from all nations understand the same message, the gospel, each in their own language. At Babel, language divided us. At Pentecost, God's message united us. So, the next time you hear someone speaking a different language, remember, it's not just